Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with yet another episode of Silent Hunter 5. We are pulling out of Williamshaven for perhaps the last time.
Task force sighted.
And we're headed off to France. Now, considering it looks like we're leaving
Slow
port
speed ahead.
behind a destroyer, going slow would be better.
Task force sighted. Bearing.
I think anyway.
7-1.
So we'll trim it down to a reasonable 13 knots. That still seems. Whoa, we're straight up cuddling, Dieter.
Ship sighted. Bearing.
Not awkward.
4-1.
Yeah, speedy 13 knots. But we'll pass this guy on the inside. I don't know. You know, I mean, my
Ship
understanding
sighted. Bearing.
of.
2-1-0.
I get it. My understanding of passing things is purely from driving, and you should always pass on the left-hand side. So I don't know if, you know, passing on the inside here is like a naval faux pas. Hello, gentlemen. Have a fun voyage. But we just committed one if that is the case.
Half speed ahead.
Somehow I don't think the Kriegsmarine is going to mind, not with the wonder boat Defiance, you know, pulling these shenanigans, if you will. So, end of mission. We have crew points to spend. And spend them we will. If we take a look at this, our radio guy, he is hurting, and as is our navigator. What was this one again? Maneuverability. There's no way to unselect, or deselect, so... Or I guess we could discard, couldn't we? Okay, so we got some maneuverability we can increase. We've got battery recharge rate and sound coding, which are both very, very nice. We've got a full load of loading drills, maintenance, and warhead speciality. We've got our confident officer and oxygen rationing. Not really necessary, nor is the morale boosts of the cook. If you take a look, our crew morale is at 81%, or maybe that's no, our efficiency is at 81%, and our morale is at 100 out of 100. So you could feed us slop and we'd still be, you know, powering along, doing good things. I think what we're going to do is just boost our passive radio man's abilities. Now, I touched on this before. There are active abilities. The only thing that I don't like about the active ability is you gotta go and talk to the person to actually get those abilities to work. So, I mean, in this case, if we're on the surface and I need Dieter to man the deck gun or man the flak gun, such things are not difficult. What's with the grin on your face, by the way, Dieter?
Oh, nothing. Yes, sir.
No.
Oh, nothing, Captain. Just making sure my men are on their toes.
Well, that means you're up to something.
Well, I'm just finding creative ways of teaching my men not to fall asleep on the job.
What did you do?
Leno kept passing out on the hydro. So we hooked his mic up to the toilet when Willie was... You know, he blows the lid off every time he uses it. Let's just say Benno got a good wake-up call.
Dieter, you're a sick, disgusting man. Don't ever change. All right, so, you know, actual clickable ability on Dieter, if we're on the surface, it's not bad. But, you know, just to give you an idea, we'll go for a little tour of the ship, and just in your mind's eye, I mean, we're leaving port. Everything's fine. In your mind's eye, pretend we're being attacked by a destroyer. And we've got repairs going on. So we need to go and we need to say, hey, repair the systems or increase our repair time or reduce flooding. It's awkward.
She's feeling bad at the moment. Having my parents there helps a lot. I only wish I could do something for her.
Well, why don't you send her some photos of us leaving port? I'm sure that'll make her proud.
You know Greta. She never understood what I liked about those floating coffins.
Keep up the good work, Chief.
Every day.
Thank you. But, you know, I mean, let's say we had to go and do something with the torpedoes. We'd have to come all the way up here and preheat the torpedo. Unless, of course. Now things are starting to make sense. Haha. Okay. Well, regardless, I'm going to need to rebind the Steam key for F12. Because instead of warming up a torpedo, that just takes a screenshot. So things are starting to make sense. Still leery about those active abilities Gonna have to learn the hotkeys because I'm certainly not gonna run around the ship. But as you can see, this is the forward torpedo room. You guys are doing excellent work. Keep it up. We got some bunk space here. Along with our sound guy, Benno. Getting used to the new boat?
It's gotten easier to detect smaller engines.
That's
Jawohl, Herr
what I
Kalon.
like to hear. Good work. Hey,
Jawohl,
Wolfram.
Herr Kalon.
Any news from Captain
I
Ron?
heard he's out hunting in the Atlantic. I don't know where. I will let you know as soon as I learn something.
Excellent.
Jawohl, Herr Kalon.
Thank you. Then we'll come into the main control room. We've got our chief there. We got Email here. We never have anything to say to Email. He saw a lot during World War One. He's a quiet soul. Then we got the chief Nazi, Eric. What do you think of hunting in packs?
Coordinated attacks will prove most harmful to our enemy. I'm completely in favor.
Glad to hear it. Let's hope we keep sinking tonnage. No heel click and right arm salute. I'm disappointed. How's the crew doing?
Despite all our troubles, morale goes up with every ship sunk. The crew feels we stand a real fighting chance against those tunnels.
I'm glad to hear it. Let's keep hoping we sink tonnage. Seems to be my stock response to everything. We got some more bunk room here with provisions hanging. We got some really crappy looking meat there. Well, I guess the sausage looks good, but the stuff around it, I don't know. Delicious looking leg of whatever. And then some bananas to go along with it. We got Olaf the cook.
Try some of this too, Captain.
Any special recipes?
No, everybody's been asking me the same thing. Just because we come in France doesn't mean that I'm going to serve hors d'oeuvre or tres now. This is a German U-boat with German food and nothing else.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but good God, man, if you're going to get all riled up about Germany, put down the knife.
You want to try some of this too, Captain?
No, thank you. We got our engine room here. How's it going, Willie? Nothing more to say? All right. We got our battery room back here. And all the way in the back, we got Max. Keep up the good work, buddy. I know, deck gunner, it sucks to be crammed in the back of the boat, but what are you going to do? At least you've got the light. Alright, so that is the Defiance. That's the Defiance's crew. We got caught up a little bit with the RPG aspects. Let's just help the crew out a little bit. And just careful with that knife, Olaf, alright? There you go. Alright, and now let's head back up top. Wonder why my fraps indicator moved to the right-hand side. I don't remember telling it to do that. Regardless, that is a problem I will have to solve on my own time. My word. What is going on here? Oh, I guess this is our own convoy. A lot of ships, lads. Hopefully we're headed through the Kiel Canal, because otherwise, whew, that could get messy. Anyway, I'm going to be back when something exciting happens. Alright, so it is evening and we are approaching the Straits of Dover. France is still red, so always a bit of a concern, as is Dunkirk. So that's, that's going on. But the Netherlands, Belgium, they're gray now, as is Norway. So I can only imagine France will follow suit shortly. Anyway, it's night. Seas are incredibly calm, however. So it should be relatively smooth passing through the channel. But if we are spotted, we're spotted.
Depth on the keel is 102
We got plenty of room below us, though. So really, that's all that matters. Anyway, back when something more exciting happens. And something exciting. Directly in front of us, 13 kilometers ahead, is a warship. I don't like that. We're in visual range now, but only just. Let's dive down. Our battery power is obviously at 100%. Let's watch as the Defiance slips under. Beautiful tiger stripes. and the emblem that strikes fear in the hearts of many Royal Navy captains and crew. And, I mean, merchant crew and...
New contact, warship, moving slow, moving away. Bearing 3, long range.
I don't like the fact that they're moving away. Okay, well, they're not really moving away. They're
Engage electric motors.
there,
Depth 10
moving
meters.
south. All right. Well, let's see what happens. Ah, I
All stop.
see. You guys are taking an interest. You heard something. Or perhaps saw something. And are now going to come to investigate. Well, nothing out of that periscope. Let's see if we can't use our observation periscope for a bit more distance. Nope. Still, oh, other one. This does give us plenty of time to reposition ourselves. Well, maybe not plenty of time, but it gives us a few moments to perhaps move ourselves.
New waypoint. Course 94.
Now, let's just see. Is our ship going to be able to pull off a turn in 500 meters?
Half
I'm not
speed
sure, but we'll try it. Kind of looping. Cut the
All
engines
stop.
there.
All
And
stop.
let's see if their course adjusted. Looks like it might have. So now we've just put ourselves in a position where we can't really fire. Well, that's not good. Alright, well then let's just
Back full.
back full and see if they move accordingly, and they do.
All stop.
So let's drop down
Deeper.
deeper, which we should be able to pull off, and then just go ahead slow.
Minimum speed ahead. Current depth 20 meters.
2 knots. Certainly not going to
Current
be...
depth 50 meters.
Certainly not going to be moving out of their way quickly. We don't need to worry about moving quickly. We just need to be worried about moving enough so that they don't know where we are. That's all that matters. We should get some kind of warning as they get closer. We are very close to the bottom here. And I'd love to ping for a depth, but that's just not gonna happen. We don't need to telegraph our position any more than we already have to these guys. Alright, so let's see. It certainly looks like they don't know that we're here.
New waypoint. Course 70.
So we'll just continue that way.
Course. New waypoint. Course 100.
And see if they follow. I don't know why I can't go above 8. Let's sneak it. Perhaps it's a good idea to not go above 8, although... Really... We're not in too much danger of striking the bottom. We're still doing pretty good. Let's just get that down. And continue on. I guess we need to be in travel time to go above 8 times acceleration. Of course. Well then, let's get fancy, because we're sitting here at about 45. Let's go up to
New depth
36.
36 meters.
That'll give us... Well, I mean, that should give us enough clearance. But still keep us deep enough that we're not going to get picked up. Yosef, you're looking tense. I'm sure the periscope's fine. Don't worry about it. And we should get that warning cleared. I said 35, gentlemen.
New depth 30 meters.
Fine, go up to 30 if you can only work in round numbers. Or, you know, 34. That's, I guess, close enough. At least we're off the bottom. Yeah, we've got enough room now. Really, I can click things from out here? Anyway, we got enough room. We shouldn't be close to striking bottom. So we can increase our time acceleration here. And I think it's safe to say... Why are you freaking out? We're not. We're fine. Look at all the space we have. We're fine, crew. Don't worry. Anyway, it really does look like we've
Half speed ahead.
dodged those British miscreants. And indeed we have. So I'm going to be back when something exciting happens. Barrels of time acceleration.
Batteries damaged.
Yeah, that's not good. Sometimes you come across a destroyer while you're cruising along in the fog.
Hull repaired. Pressure hull breach.
My God, get under. And
New contact. Merchant moving fast. Closing.
shit happens.
3, 4, 0. Long range. Pressure hull repaired. Flat
God,
out.
get under!
Pressure hull taking damage. Periscope damage.
How badly is this? How badly off are we? 83%. Okay, we're not doing that bad.
Motors.
Okay.
Recharging batteries.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to deal with right now. My God, where's Joseph? Joseph.
We have flooding.
Okay, reduce flooding time. Good. This is not good. Yeah, Dieter, man, you're looking all calm and collected considering. Gentlemen, don't worry, we are not leaving you to your watery death. This is just in an effort to make sure nothing bad ever happens. Okay. Hull closed off, that's good. Everything else is going okay. Engine room, you boys doing fine? You're doing fine, great. Whew. Okay, well, and I mean, I guess it was a little bit premature to lock these guys in. Yeah, it was. The flooding wasn't bad, and now things seem to be fine, water-wise anyway.
Yes.
Increase repair time, please. Thank you. And now,
Pressure hull repaired.
let's cut our engines and just try and figure out what the heck is going on right now. Okay, so there's the damn ship who's shooting at us. We're going to be lining up on a shot on 2 pretty freaking quickly here, actually. Alright, well, we'll get that taken care of, and then we can just, you know, move our sub. Phew. I guess we could just go
New course.
that
1, 9,
ahead slow.
6 degrees. Minimum speed ahead.
And let's see how these new electric torpedoes work out, shall we? So they are a bit slower. They don't sound any slower. But the nice thing is, look at the wake they don't leave. I mean, it doesn't matter when it literally goes just along the side of the sub. But the fact that it wasn't leaving a wake means, you know, possibly good things. Okay, let us cut our engines. Load up tube 2.
Tracking new target. Tube 2.
Close enough. Give me that, and we will go to 30.
3, 0 meters.
Let's just see. It was kind of a quick shot. And it shows. Just along the side.
Current depth 20 meters.
We got plenty of room to spare depth-wise. Perfect. So we just have to ride this submarine out. And there it goes. You can see it there. It's got around 180. Okay. Definitely dropping depth charges, but I don't think they're deep enough. So while he's doing his turn, let's go ahead full.
Minimum speed ahead.
Or minimum speed ahead, really. And actually, we can pop this up. Just try and keep a visual location on him. There. Somewhere in that direction. You just keep that hydrophone going, Benno. Well, 2 torpedo shots are a bit of a pain. But if we take a look at our subsystems, let's see. Torpedo tubes are looking fine in the torpedo room. That's good. The radio room, hydrophone,
Missed, sir.
forward batteries, they're looking a little rough. But everything else is 100%. So that's good. We just have to do our best to evade this guy. And we should be okay. Not hearing him coming around for another pass.
Periscope depth.
But let's go on up to periscope depth. Continuing on our course.
Batteries now
Torpedo missed,
operational.
sir.
Okay. Keeping the periscope in the general direction of where this guy should be. And he's way up there.
Target marked.
Not really sure what he's doing waiting there.
All stop.
That's no reason why we shouldn't get friendly with him and give him a good old-fashioned Defiance handshake. Yeah, that's what we'll call shooting ships with torpedoes. We're shaking their hand. This is a little bit of Anglo-German relations on the high seas. That's all this is. So this time, instead of
Firing tube 5.
shooting at him from a rather annoying head-on position, I'm hoping to hit this guy. Oh, well, you can still see a wake on this thing, although this isn't looking like an electric torpedo. I do have the electric torpedo's armed. This is going to be a hit.
Torpedo impact.
Well, I'm not sure if that was a electric torpedo or not. If it was, I'm impressed. I'm assuming it is, because I did change them all out, so I like these new torpedoes. I'm a fan. I think they're great. I wish I'd been using them a lot longer. Granted, not having adjustable speeds, that's a bit of a pain. But when you consider it'll cut the engine section completely off of a destroyer,
Tube 1. Ready.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. And, I mean, I'm looking. We've got another ship here. I don't have the words. Those torpedoes are amazing. I love them. Love them. All right.
Target marked.
Speaking of other things I love, punching holes in freighters. It's a little bit of a pastime of mine. And I mean, technically, we don't even need to be doing this, but I'm going to need to resupply at Lorient anyway. I might as well make use of this time properly and assist the war effort as best as I can. Really, it makes no sense not to. I still can't, I can't believe it. That was so cool. Sliced the engine section completely off. And this is actually turning out to be quite a successful placement of the Defiance here as well. Almost. Almost. Like I know what I'm doing. But I won't go that far. I am still clueless at this game. I just sail a boat around, putting holes in other boats. It's what I do. It's what I'm good at. In this game anyway, I think. Granted, I'm playing it on 69% difficulty, so read into that what you will. We're slowly getting good timing, good position on this freighter. Its escort is gone. And what interests me is this ship, it was a sole freighter with a destroyer escort. That was a very aggressive destroyer escort, too. So I can't help but think this ship must have, like, the Prime Minister or the Queen, or I guess at this time it would be the King, or somebody. Well, that's not to say there wouldn't be a Queen of England. Just wouldn't be the head of state. So let's see, are these torpedoes looking different? No, they are the same model. But clearly no wake. So I think the one that I fired out the rear end of my ship was indeed still a steam-powered one because it was leaving a wake. This guy, however...
Torpedo impact.
Didn't really do anything. I mean, it set the ship on fire. Sure, but...
Sir,
Oops.
first the boat.
You know, that's not everything. Let's get the deck gun ready, Max. You better be climbing the conning tower with me here, buddy. 7 meters. Open up the deck. Dieter, my friend.
Recharging batteries.
You don't need to whisper that.
Jawohl, Herr Kalon.
How are you injured? Go fix yourself up. You're gonna have to do this manually. Alright. High explosives. Fire. I mean, at least at this range, you can't miss. In fact, if we drop it just a little bit, we might be able to get it closer to the water. Aha, that's what I'm talking about. I'm fairly certain this ship is going down. Let's see if that'll help. And then finally, yeah, we don't need to worry about the rest. Well, Defiance, we're showing our true skills here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I guess just gentlemen. Fairly confident there were no ladies on this boat. 2 rather big ships. Well, I mean, I guess a destroyer isn't all that big. But you can't argue with a success like that. Furthermore, the glancing blow on this freighter from that electric torpedo, you know, was really more positioning than anything else. And then really, just the holes and the explosions
Tube
we added
5, ready.
afterward. Just add to the issues facing that freighter. Not bad for a little boat, though. Not bad for a little boat at all. Alright, well, we could sit around here and wax poetical about my magnificence
Returning to
all we
course.
want.
Half speed ahead.
We got places to go and people to be and ships to sink, right, Dieter? Gentlemen? Yep, that's a destroyer. And yeah, that's a freighter. They carry ships. Haha, beware. They carry fish too. Yeah. Fish destined for a deep fryer. Not anymore. Guntram von Babenberg says, let these fish live in the sea. Alright, guys. I guess we've got our fair share of ships to watch sinking here, don't we? Yeah. Here goes the Defiance and the mayhem she caused. Remain. The aft section is sinking first. Heaviest section, I guess, because it's got the engines. And now it's just full of water, so there it goes. Bye-bye. The rest of the ship,
2, ready.
certainly not doing well. And I don't think the crew is hopeful for any sort of happy returns. But plenty of people have swum the English Channel. I'm sure these guys can do it. And this freighter here had plenty of warning, to be fair. They should have been abandoning ship the moment they saw that destroyer be cut in twain. And if they weren't, certainly by the time the torpedo exploded, we gave them a couple of seconds between that torpedo and rising up with our deck gun. And even still, firing the deck gun was only one side of the ship. That left completely the starboard side open for fleeing and making use of other life-saving measures. So really, you know, if they died, it's their own fault. You can't put the death of these men on Guntram's head. He's an innocent. Oh, the sun is in the right position. Oops, if I could get the camera now going in the right position. Oh, look at that. Soon you'll drop down. Slowly joining its aft end. Actually, quite quickly joining its aft end. This is going under magnificently quickly. Of course, I mean, it's flooded. It's not all that surprising it's going down quickly. And then that freighter there will slowly succumb. And I would also like to point out that this destroyer picked the fight. It started this whole endeavor that brought an end to the freighter and itself. If it had just let me travel to France to get to my port without intervening and opening fire, why, they could be at home right now. Well, perhaps not right now, but they would be at home tonight, enjoying tea and crumpets and fish and chips. But no, they had to be a hero. And Guntram wasn't about to allow that. Let's let this guy slowly shuffle itself down. And one final explosion in the engine room to signify the utter insignificance and other deep poetical words that I could try and come up with to, you know, paint even more of a thing for this event. It's gonna sink. Alright, guys, I'll be back with something more exciting. The Royal Navy has our number today. Not far from the location of our last sortie with an escort ship, we have yet another escort ship coming in wanting to play.
Oh, stop.
We'll oblige him. Off in the distance, there's our enemy. Surely you've heard of the fate of the previous ship that engaged me.
Bearing 3.
On our quick voyage over, what I've done is I've moved our internal reserve, or our external reserves internally.
Shut down diesel engines.
So we've
Current
got
at
4 in the tubes, 4 in
10
reserve up
meters.
front, and 1 in the tube and 1 in reserve in the aft. In case, of course, we need it. But we hope we won't. Then we'll just sink under. And we will see if we could sort our periscope out. Thank you. And we will see what these ships, these 2 ships,
Target marked.
we'll see if they wish to tussle. And in fact, I imagine they will. Because, well, this first one here is going to be in range relatively soon. And when it is, we're going to let loose one of our torpedoes. And yes, it's a 3-shot, so they may dodge it. But there's less of a chance that they will, thanks to our using of the newfangled electric torpedoes, which I'm quickly becoming a fan of. Okay, and
Firing tube.
Los. Can we get a shot on that guy? Probably not. We would have to adjust course to do so. Well, we can spool up our engines a little bit. Perhaps
Slow
2?
speed ahead.
Might be too
Minimum
much.
speed ahead.
1. Minimum speed. They definitely won't be able to hear us. Let's see if we can follow that torpedo on its track. Okay, it has turned. Where are you at? It's really not entertaining, I would imagine. Let's play Find the Torpedo. And if it's going to make contact, up there goes the torpedo, and there goes the destroyer. Not quite happy days.
Tracking new target.
And they're in such a formation that that second one won't do any damage either. But we could get a position here. Let's just see. So we're there.
Slow speed ahead.
Yeah.
Minimum speed ahead.
They would definitely be able to see us
Tracking new target.
or hear us.
Tracking new target.
And instead, I'd rather see if we can just get a shot on this guy. I mean, we're close. We're close to getting that second ship. And if we can get the second ship, then surely the first ship would have to turn around and do something. Which would mean an altered course, which would mean perhaps, a better position for us to get a shot on him again. Is this ever going to line up? That's looking like the best we can do.
Loading.
Ah, blast! Outsmarted by a lack of torpedoes. Well, that's fine. It's not looking like a good shot anyway. So perhaps we will just let these guys sail past us. They're lucky. They don't even know it. So they'll just continue on their merry way. And I'm well aware it missed. With, wow, we barely blew through any battery power there. I am quite impressed. How far out are these guys? Keeping in mind it is foggy, keeping in mind that they won't be able to see us at all. Let's get that target periscope down.
Recharging batteries.
Let's get back on deck. And let's continue on our merry way. Back when something exciting happens. color me concerned. Not only do we have a warship sitting right here, but our future sub-base, Lorient, is still showing red. I fear. It sounds like the music kind of shut itself off, but I fear that,
Under keel
okay, good.
is 47 meters, Captain.
We haven't quite
Stop
gone
reaching course.
as
I'd
far
like to plot a new course, Captain.
into France.
Maybe a search pattern.
That's not even the words I'm looking for. The words that I'm looking for are, as usual, the crew of the Defiance is ahead of the rest of the entirety of the armed forces of Germany. Well, we were waiting around last mission for the rest of the Kriegsmarine to catch up. This time, we're waiting around for the Wehrmacht and the Luftwaffe to actually
Shut
conquer
down diesel engines. Current depth
France.
10 meters.
Because as it is now,
Target.
this port is not friendly, which is concerning for a few reasons. Although not really. Our fuel level is 80%. It's fine. Not that worried about it. What I am worried about, though, is making it all the way the freak out here and then making it back home. Perhaps coming down here early was not such a good idea. Regardless, we've got a French destroyer. At least I'm assuming it's French. Outside of a French port, kind of makes sense. Let's see if we can't play around a little bit, shall we? We've tested the metal of... Oh, we are way far out. Of the Royal Navy. Now it's time to test the metal of the French Navy. Do they understand the threat that Guntram von Babenberg poses? Or are they assuming this is just another U-boat coming along to harass them and look for tiny merchant ships to sink? Oh, no, no, no. It is not Guntram style. Well, I mean, that is Guntram style. He loves sinking fishing boats. And after our discoveries last episode, loves ramming fishing boats as well. I do worry when we get that message popping up and we're underwater. An unknown port. We've never been here, so not quite sure what the topography has in store for us. Although it looks like we're going to be fairly clear all around. Good. And of course, as we come up to this destroyer, we do have to be a little bit cautious. There is an island right there that we will definitely want to keep our head about. Our head about? Keep notice of. Because the last thing we want to do is ram the Defiance into an island. That is not a good end for the glorious Guntram von Babenberg. We are closing the distance. Very quickly, we will be coming into sonar range of them, and they will be able to pick us up. I'd like to avoid them knowing we're coming. So, shortly here, we'll drop down to slow speed ahead. And then knock it down to, dead slow. So we stay outside of the ring of death and destruction. Which is my nickname for that yellow ring, which I believe is their sonar or hydrophone or whatever anti-submarine system you wish to call it. We're getting close to the ring of death, so let's drop our speed.
Ahead.
And that'll drop down. And you can see we're slowly getting close to a 3-shot. And this destroyer is slowing down, so one can assume he's coming into port or something. Something innocuous and relatively friendly activity. Certainly not as aggressive as that Royal Navy captain in the last destroyer we had to ceremoniously
Minimum
put
speed
to an
ahead.
end. Nope, nope, that's not what I wanted to zoom in. That's what I wanted to zoom in. So now they'll have no idea we're coming. I would imagine, unless seas are pretty calm, although it's still foggy out. So spotting this periscope could be a bit of an issue. Hopefully the seagulls are not a draw. Hopefully they'll just assume that those seagulls are from the islands, which I think is a safe assumption. Yes, this guy is indeed slowing down. So are we.
Slow speed ahead.
That is getting dangerously close.
Minimum speed ahead.
So let's just time accelerate for a bit. Ah. That could be why he was slowing down. Pulling a turn. Well, it's a good thing I didn't think. Yes, thank you. That is very helpful. A 15-kilometer radius out. All right. Well, let's keep on our course. I imagine he'll be back. We can certainly
Speed ahead.
speed up a bit, though.
We are in shallow waters, Captain. Minimum speed ahead.
Okay. First, cheaty view. We're fine. We're fine. We may have gone over a ridge there, but we're fine here. No need to panic. Secondly, let's see if we can't locate that destroyer way down there.
Tracking new target.
Okay, well. What are we going to do here? There's a lot of activity, actually. They've got, I would assume, 2 there, 4, 5. So, maybe we should just go up to our mission. We'll abandon trying to get to port
Half
and
speed
just
ahead.
GTFO. Oh, don't turn the direction I think you're turning. Oh, hello. Where did you come from? I don't remember you from before.
Slow speed ahead. We are in shallow
Well,
waters,
this
Captain.
could be an issue. We can't see him yet, which is good. They can't see our periscope then. Oh, there's 2 of them. How did we get in here without those guys spotting us? It must have been luck. Yeah, I'm not concerned about that guy. We'll just head tail that way. And those guys are very far out of visual range. Just to be on the safe side. We'll drop down our periscope. Haha! And successfully avoid them. Alright, I'm happy with that. See, my concern is just, fuel use now. Because that is a pretty long-distance sail. We've got, 80% of a tank.
New waypoint. Course.
So we should have plenty of fuel. I'm just being my usual worried self that we won't be able to actually make it back. Yeah, we'll surface now. And those batteries should be coming back. Okay, good. I'll be back when something exciting happens. All right, so just off the southwestern coast of Ireland, we have come across what looks to be about 3 warships coming in. It's foggy again, so I don't think they've spotted us, which could be very useful when they come into range. So, let's just speed up the old time. and get ourselves ready to line up a shot on that lead ship. Oh, now is not the time. Still have him targeted? Good. Come on. And what I'm going to do with this shot is just cheat it a little bit towards the hull of the ship. So about there. My theory on that shooting is that I'm not sure what the 3 signifies, but I believe it's the front of the ship. So if I cheat it just a little bit behind, it should guarantee that the torpedo will be on this side of the ship instead of this side of the ship. So even if we just, you know, sort of touch the side, we'll have a better chance of that torpedo doing at least some kind of damage.
Slow. Closing. Bearing
So we'll see if there's any sort of proof in my madness, and it looks like that this actually might miss. Yeah, that missed. Okay, so my thoughts on that matter. Perhaps not quite correct. Regardless, we have 2 more ships to try this out on. So that was the first ship. Let's try that guy. So you see, now I'm thinking that that's probably a bit too far behind the ship. What about this guy? What about this guy?
Target marked.
Oh, well, we could go for a 2. Yeah, we'll try for a 2 on this guy. Let's make sure we've got a tube loaded, though. Don't need to make that mistake again. Come on. And
Firing tube
Los. Well, let's see if that works. I just want to hit one of these assets. That's all. That's all I want. Just one of these destroyers to sink. And I mean, I really shouldn't be shooting at any of these ships. I don't think any of them know I'm here. So this is all just, you know, perhaps me being a bit cocky. And, you know, three destroyers, 1 U-boat. You know, sounds like a very weird variation on 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Torpedo missed, sir.
But what about that one? That one missed too? My word. Well, at least they don't know we're here. Well, on that note, I think this is going to be a great place to leave the episode for today. Save game. 3 destroyers. 1 U-boat. Save. Thumbs up if you have enjoyed this episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you next time.